How dare you steal my son's fiancée? I can't abide such lewd behavior. No. Why is the person in charge of this $50 million deal for today absent?
He left the job yesterday.
What?
Trouble Busters!
Thank you so much. All right, I secured a major deal. My name is Alan. I'm the top performing sales rep. Because I don't have a girlfriend, I get to focus on my job. No, shut up. However, my happy worker's life ended up coming to a sudden turning point.
This is my son, Tucker.
Hey, he doesn't have good manners. I graduated from T University, so I don't need your guidance. What? He wouldn't listen to anything I told him, even though I tried to help him.
Yeah, I got the rare card!
Tucker, you're supposed to be working right now. But this is the best part. Did you finish the document I asked you to? I'll do it later. I need it soon. How troublesome. All he does is complain. He's probably not popular with girls. Oh, you know what?
Alan!
Sir?
Tucker told me. How dare you steal my son's fiancée?
What's this even about?
I can't abide such lewd behavior. Stop playing dumb. I know that you forcefully seduced my son's fiancée.
Tucker's fiancée? I don't even talk to any women outside the office, though. She called me as she was crying. And here's the proof. Isn't this when I happened to be walking near her?
I can't believe you laid your hands on my fiancée. I heard you did this knowing that she was his fiancée.
No, this isn't anything to brag about, but I've never had a girlfriend in my life. There's no way I could approach a woman. Tucker, I need you to be honest about this too.
Huh?
You were bragging that sales is all about talking skills. I'm sure you talked my beloved fiancée in. I didn't even know you were engaged. How can I even steal her from you?
You can say whatever you want. You're so persistent.
Dad, if you keep someone like him, it'll only bring down the morale in this office.
And we can't afford to let that happen.
I continued to try my best to explain, but the CEO didn't care to even listen to what I said. Guess this conversation isn't going anywhere. This time it was his fiancée, but he might continue to lie and place the blame on me over major mistakes down the road. What if he ends up making me liable for big damage? And the CEO only looks at things from a narrow point of view. If this is how this company's gonna be run, I have no choice. I decided that this company's values didn't match mine and came up with an answer. I'm not letting him get away with this! Trouble Busters!
I see. I guess I have no choice but to respect your decision.
I won't have to get poked around all the time anymore. I'll go ahead and show you what I'm truly capable of.
I'll be counting on you even more now that Alan's gone.
You got it. I need to make sure I properly hand over my job. Thank you so much for everything. So this is it. I need to make sure I greet my client companies before I'm gone. Hello? Thank you for taking my call. I wanted to tell you...
What did you just say?
In that case...
Sir, this is bad. Our client, Condor Corporation, reached out and they're extremely upset. What? Who's in charge? They said the person in charge hasn't showed up. That's why they're upset. Huh? They haven't showed up? Get Mr. Sampson here. Why is the person in charge of this $50 million deal for today absent?
He left the job yesterday.
What?
It was Alan.
Alan? Why was he... Actually, it doesn't matter right now.
Huh? The CEO? I already quit that job.
Oh no, he blocked my number. What do I do? What's gonna happen? I need to somehow get a hold of Alan. I need this $50 million contract to be secured.
It's so noisy here. I can't focus on my gotcha.
Oh, my son, let me tell you.
Huh? That's it? Don't worry, let me handle it.
But it's a $50 million contract.
That's not a problem. I've been watching Alan handle all the business negotiations. I know exactly who he was meeting with and what he was talking about. I can easily handle the job he's been handling all along.
Is he really gonna be okay? I see. I'm sure you'll be fine since you graduated from T University.
You should consider yourself on a luxury cruise. My name is Tucker, and I'm the new guy in charge. I'll be doing things my way from now on, so just keep that in mind, okay? The contents of the contract are completely different from what Mr. Allen, the former account manager, discussed with me. This is completely different from what our company has been seeking for. Why are you making these suggestions regarding your company's product? Oh, is that what you were wondering about? What? The one we're suggesting is the newest model, so we decided that these will sell better. You? Huh? Are you angry? How could you decide that so one-sidedly? You're supposed to be Mr. Allen's successor, aren't you? Then why didn't you take over the contract clients the way he and I have been discussing? But this product is more popular. That's not the point. I'm telling you that you're completely disregarding the direction that your client is wishing to take. That's why I'm telling you that I did the thinking for your sake. And that's the most ridiculous part. For our project, the only product that we'd move forward with is the one that Mr. Allen suggested. No way. Even if it was a better option for us to switch our plan, he would have reached out before applying the change. He would have understood our situation while getting our consensus before he switched the contents of the contract. And yet, are you trying to justify yourself by switching the contract without even asking about our preference? I can't possibly trust such a company. Why do you keep talking about Alan? I'm the account manager of your company, and that's why I'm telling you I can't trust you. This is enough. You don't even understand what was wrong with switching around the options without even getting our consent, and we can't possibly conduct business with someone like you. You don't even understand how important trust comes in place when it comes to business transactions. Please, forget about this business opportunity. No way. Sorry, Dad. I failed. You failed? Does that mean the negotiation failed? Do you even realize what's going to happen to our company if a $50 million contract ends up failing? I really hated how he kept praising Alan. I'm sure there are better companies to deal with than that company. Duh! You make it sound so easy. But what can we ever prioritize over a $50 million contract? Besides, why was Alan in charge of that contract in the first place? I was never told about this. Samson, weren't you supposed to be in charge? No. As I informed you before, Alan had been the person who was in direct contact with them. You never told me that. Yes, I did. No, you did. Oh. That day I was getting carried away because Tucker got a job at our company, and I was getting ready for a nice dinner to celebrate. That must have been what he reported to me. This was my total failure. In that case, you should go to the negotiation, Samson. You were Alan's boss, so I'm sure you know all the contents of the negotiation. Maybe we might still make it. No. He had so many contracts he was in charge of since he was so talented. It was impossible for him to have shared those contracts with other employees. Was he that talented? I wonder why he had to leave the job so suddenly. Such a shame. That was Alan's problem. He might have been talented, but he had bad habits with women, and he was bringing down the team morale. Huh? Are you talking about Alan? That's not possible. It must have been a mistake. How can you be so sure? I remember Alan also saying something like that. Oh, jeez. Who cares about someone who already left the job? The problem is our current company situation, right? Yeah, Tucker, you're right. That was close. I'd be in trouble if they find out I lied about it. Because of Alan, we ended up losing a $50 million contract, but we have so many other great clients that we work with. Can I have you in charge of all our existing clients? Yeah, if it's a job easy enough that he could handle, it'll be way too easy for me, too. This is bad. Our client Buster Services is filing a complaint. They said if we don't fix the problem right away, they'll be ending their partnership with us as of this term. What? Buster Services is our most major client! We need to stop them from ending their partnership with us at all costs! Get the person in charge! That's me! Tucker! You missed the deadline by 6 months? How's this possible? We have our situation that we're dealing with too, but don't worry. We'll make sure to send you the shipment. Situation you're dealing with? You'll send the shipment? Are you not even going to apologize at all? I'd like to end our partnership. What? It'll be a different story if I can hear an understandable reason, but you're being way too one-sided. You're exaggerating. I told you that we'll be sending you the shipment sooner or later. Sorry to compare, but Mr. Allen would have never handled this situation this way. I was conducting business with your company only because I trusted him, but this is such a shame. What the heck? Why are you acting so cocky? We don't even want to deal with you either, since you're not even accommodating. Hey! Sir, Toronto Holdings reached out to us, letting know that they'd like to terminate their business with us. One after another.
Who was in charge this time? What on earth have they done?
Huh? It was me.
You again?
We'll just get a new contract, so don't worry.
Buster Services was the most major company in the industry. There isn't a single company that we should be neglecting, not even all other companies.
Huh? Was it bad that they ended their business with us?
Of course it was bad! If they terminate their business with us, our company can barely survive.
Does that mean?
It means our company will go bankrupt. We'll lose all of our assets and we'll end up on the streets.
No way. Was it that bad?
Gah, how did things end up this way? The company was running well when Alan used to be here. Maybe I have no choice but to ask him to come back.
It's so comforting to watch silly cat videos in the middle of the day.
This Blackfoot cat are the smallest cats in the world that are found in Africa. It only weighs about 1 kilogram to 2.5 kilograms, but it's wild enough to hunt a giraffe.
Aw, that's so cool and cute. It's the smallest cat and yet the strongest hunter.
Alan!
Alan! What? Why are you here so suddenly? Was there a mistake in the termination document?
I want you to come back, please. Our company ended up in shambles after you left us.
Huh?
The $50 million business opportunity ended up failing, and we've been getting so many companies terminating their contracts with us left and right.
That's a shame, but I already quit your company. I don't plan on going back at all.
But this was your fault for quitting without handing over your job. You quit without even handing over your work properly. Aren't you ashamed? That's not how you should be treating a company that took care of you all along. If you don't come back, I'll have to consider claiming damages from you.
You can't do that.
What did you just say?
It's because I made sure to hand over my work.
What? That's not possible. I checked with all the employees, but no one recalls having you hand over your work. If there's anyone you handed over your work with, you better bring that person right in front of my face.
I don't have to do that.
What?
It's because he's already right in front of you. I handed over my work to Tucker.
What? You never handed over your work?
I knew you'd never listen to anything I said. That day, before I left the job, I emailed all the data I was handling to Tucker's email address.
But I never got the email.
Oh, I received it somehow.
Yikes!
Ellen's emails were always about petty things, so I had them automatically go straight to a designated folder, and I never really read any of them.
But isn't it ridiculous that you only sent me one email over something so important?
Yeah, so that's why I verbally told you. Sean, our colleague, was there too. You can ask him. Huh? Alan's handover documents? You were listening to him, right? You were touching your phone when he was talking to you, so I thought you were taking notes. As expected from the CEO's son. We were all impressed about how seriously you were taking that conversation.
I had the habit of surfing online while Alan was talking to me without even listening to him. But you should have made sure to confirm.
And so I did. I even texted you about it. I told you I sent you all the handover documents yesterday, asking you to look through them. I even asked you to let me know anytime if you had questions about anything. See, it says that my messages were read, and you even replied, saying, "Okay, thanks."
I was always copying and pasting my response to him. I never thought things would end up this way. Good. I want to talk back, but I can't think of anything. Even then, don't you think it's ridiculous that you were leaving everything up to Tucker when he's still new to the job? You should have been more considerate since you were a veteran employee.
In that case, sir, you have the highest level of responsibility over the company. If you're gonna force that logic on me, wouldn't it go the same for you? Isn't this considered your lack of management?
I tend to be busy with my CEO tasks. I had no time to be keeping an eye on that matter.
And that's already too late to say. No matter what you say and how you say it, things are already the way they are. Isn't that all that matters?
But the company is in big trouble this time. You could have been more mindful.
And that's why I was being mindful enough to share the handover documents before I left the job. It wasn't just for your sake. I didn't want to cause any trouble to any of the client companies after I left the job. And yet, it sounds like you didn't even care to look at the handover files.
Alan, I get how you feel. I'm impressed that you cared so much about our company.
That's not exactly why, though.
What do you say? I don't mind taking you back before it's too late.
What?
You have such a great loyal mindset for our company. That's why, starting tomorrow, actually, starting right this moment, I'd like you to come back to work with us. No. Immediately go visit the clients and have them take back their termination of the contracts.
But after that, I need you to secure the $50 million contract that failed, too.
That's a great idea. Now, good things must never wait. Let's go back to the office, Alan.
I said I already got a job offer from another company.
What? Oh, please, I beg you. With you, we might even be able to reinstate the $50 million contract and the contract with Buster Services.
Even if I go back to work with you, that's going to be quite challenging. Business contracts are all about trust relationships. Once you betray that trust, it's really challenging to get others to trust you again. If you break promises or lie, you'll end up losing trust. Tucker, I'm sure you of all people know that.
I'm sorry. I'll never tell a lie just to put you in trouble, so please come back to work with us, Alan.
I refuse. And so, I repelled the CEO and his son.
At this point, we'll have to figure things out with our existing clients. We can't possibly fail any further. We have to do whatever it takes to bring us back some profit.
Got it, Dad. I got your back.
I'm counting on you, Tucker.
But then, we have a limited budget, and I don't even know how to increase our sales. It's not like I'm trying to replace a luxury wristwatch with a cheap, similar-looking product. Replace? That's it.
Sir, we're getting complaints from our clients one after another. Our phone line's exploding.
How dare you sell us products that aren't even real?
What do you mean by that?
Stop playing dumb. The price is still the same, but the quality of the product obviously declined. You must have switched the materials without our permission. There can be no other explanation for the decline in quality.
Don't tell me. Who's in charge? It's Tucker, the guy who's trying to secretly walk out of this room as we speak.
Why would you tell him?
Why are you acting all sneaky? Are you in charge of this company?
I'll talk to him directly. Why did you switch the quality of the product without talking to us about it? Did you not like it? Of course not! The cost of goods has been rising across the world, so we had no choice but to make a switch. In that case, you should have reached out to tell us beforehand. When you order a fluffy bun hamburger, but you end up receiving a flat burger that's only about a third of the thickness of what you've seen in the photo, how would you feel? Wouldn't you be mad? This is enough! I can't trust a company that would give excuses before apologizing about the matter! We'd like to terminate our business with your company as of today! And I hope you don't assume that this is over now!
Huh? What do you mean by that? Hello? Hello? So it was your fault again, Tucker?
I tried my best. I had to increase the profit while I had a decreased budget. I had to do something about it.
That's enough! This is all happening because of you!
What? If it weren't for me, we couldn't have come up with such a low-budget product. You should be grateful.
Be grateful? Didn't you know what would happen if you were to commit quality fraud?
That was the one way I could have generated profit.
It was Alan after all. He's the only person who can save our company from this crisis.
That's right. Everything will be solved if we can get Alan back to work with us again.
But he's blocking my emails.
Then why don't you call him from my phone?
Oh, I forgot we could do that.
Hello?
Alan, is that you? I'm so sorry about everything. I'll apologize and promise that I'll promote you. So please come back and work with us again, or else my company will go bankrupt.
You're so persistent. Alan, I need you to talk to our clients and convince them to keep their business with us. They're all complaining to me right now. No matter what you say, I'm not going to change my mind. I'll apologize for lying that you stole my fiancée.
What? Was that a lie?
So please clean up after the mess I made since you're supposed to be my mentor. I refuse. I said this the last time I saw the two of you, but I already got a job from another company. It's none of my business what happens to your company, and there's nothing I can do.
Oh, don't be like that, Alan.
I mean, after you committed fraud.
Hello, I'm from the Consumer Affairs. Consumer Affairs? Why is Consumer Affairs at my company? One of your clients has reported that you're committing fraud pertaining to the quality of your product.
I see. So that must be what this guy was saying earlier.
Could you provide the supporting materials for the claims so that we can determine whether the product or service's quality was falsely represented as being superior?
What happens if the contents are slightly different?
If a product was sold with representations that could lead consumers to mistakenly believe its quality is much higher than it actually is, a surcharge of 3% of the product's sales revenue will be imposed.
Okay, just 3%, huh?
Why are you relieved? The contents of the order will be public to the provinces and the consumer affairs websites, and that's going to bring down the reputation of our company.
In terms of criminal sentence, it would be 2 years of imprisonment or a maximum of $30,000 penalty, or both may be sentenced. And in terms of the business, there is a possibility of a $3 million fine.
$3 million? Our company will go bankrupt. Why is this happening? Please, can't you just let us go?
Not happening.
Ah!
Jeez, sounds like you guys are in trouble. But I guess you can't help it because you did it to yourselves. As a result, the company where Tucker and his father worked suffered a devastating blow. Rumors quickly spread that it had been selling fraudulent products, and no one was willing to do business with them anymore. At that point, recovery seemed all but impossible. It was later said that furious business partners began demanding compensation for damages.
Compensation? Does that mean we'll have to go through a trial? Not if I have to file for a personal bankruptcy.
In the end, the company went bankrupt. The president and his son Tucker now reportedly live in poverty, each blaming the other.
It was all because you told such a stupid lie! It's because he was so petty and I hated him! Besides, you're the one who let him leave! Things weren't supposed to go this way!
After that, I joined a company that had recruited me. Sean, along with several colleagues and subordinates I'd worked with, also joined, and we all began working together again. Apparently, they'd taken notice of my attitude towards work for quite some time. From here on, I'm determined to do my best at this new company. Trouble Busters!